Hi, in this video guide, I will show you how you can use Nansen to discover the most profitable addresses on a specific token and how you can monitor their activity in future to become a better crypto investor. I noticed an interesting signal here for Peanut, which is a newly deployed token with quite a small market cap of only 100 mil. Let's use Token God Mode to learn a little bit more about this token and also navigate over to the P&L leaderboard to find those addresses that have been the most profitable. This table here will show those addresses over different time periods: 7 days, 90 days, 1 year, and all time. This can be a great way to initially find those addresses, and personally I find having an address list of about 5 to 10 addresses the best way to give me the most alpha. Once I set alerts on those addresses, the alpha is delivered directly to me in either Telegram, Discord, or Slack, and I don't have to go digging for it as much. What I like to do here is to find addresses that are in line with my personal trading strategies. So I like to do a comparison of some of these addresses to find which are those that I might add to my list of 5 to 10 addresses. Let's do a comparison together. What I can see here is this P&L leaderboard is broken down by different columns. We have the total P&L, which includes realized gains, in other words, positions that have been cashed in already, or unrealized gains, which are positions that are yet to be cashed in. And here we can see the total ROI percentage. So what I'm looking for is I'm trying to find addresses that are still holding a position. If I want to monitor their future activity based on their activity in the past, I want to ensure that they still have a percentage of the token supply in their wallet. There's not much point setting up on an alert on an address for a token that you're monitoring if that address has cashed out the position entirely, unless you're only looking for any new buys or inflows into that address. So for me, I want to find a positive number here. Let's look at this first address. Here I can see that they've clearly done very well, but they've cashed in quite a large chunk of their position already. If I hover over this address, I can start to understand a bit more about their total win rate, which is 95%, which is excellent for any investor in the space. Now let's compare it to another address, this address here, which is a smart money address. So Nansen has 350 million wallets labeled. The most profitable 10,000 of them are assigned this smart money label, which is represented by the nerd emoji here. It's really the cream of the crop in crypto investing. And when I find a smart money address in the P&L leaderboard, generally it means that they're more consistently profitable across a number of different tokens. So I can see that they have a slightly lower P&L than this top address. Their ROI is also lower, but they've actually cashed in a much smaller amount of their position compared to what they are yet to realize. If I hover over this address, we can see that they have a 90% win rate, and they've made 700K over the last 90 days. If I look at where they've made their money on Peanut, they've made about 60K, 56K specifically, so it's clear to me that this address is making money elsewhere as well. Let's dive a bit deeper into these addresses to determine which address we might want to set alerts on. I can right-click and select Profiler, or simply left-click, whichever is easiest for you. If we look at this address, we can see that they have $1 million on chain. However, their portfolio balance is only really starting to increase lately, and scrolling down, I can actually see that they've made nearly all of their money just on this one token. So despite them having a 95% win rate over 45 trades, it's really only Peanut where they're doing very well. I can click into P&L as well to understand a bit more about their activity across all time as well. And again, it further suggests to me that Peanut is really where they've made their money. Maybe they're a one-hit wonder and they've just done incredibly well on this token, but aren't performing so well elsewhere. Now let's compare it to that smart money address, where they have 2 mil, but we can see that their activity has been quite a lot more consistent over time with steadier growth, but it looks like the address hasn't been super active for very long. If I scroll down though, I can see that they have a 90% win rate over 63 trades, and they've actually made a lot of their money on other meme coins on Solana as well, like goats, like Project 89, etc. I can then head over to the P&L tab to understand a bit more. Here I can also look at any other unrealized gains positions, and it looks like they're yet to cash in, again, quite a large sum on goat and also peanut. So to me, this address is much more interesting than this address. This address has only made money on one token, potentially as a one-hit wonder, where this smart money address is already in the most profitable address list. That's why we've assigned smart money. And they've made their money consistently across other tokens at a crazy win rate of 90% on 63 trades. So if I was to monitor this address's activity in future, the noise to signal ratio is going to be really strong because 90% of the time they're making a profitable trade. So let's set up an alert on the specific address. But first, I'm going to apply a custom label to them. Custom label can be a really great way to monitor addresses that you find interesting, just like this one that we've stumbled across today in this video. I like to use a 90% plus win rate label to addresses so that I know whenever I see this address in Nansen, this is an address that has 90% win rate. If I then discover them buying another token, not Peanut specifically, given that they've done so well in the past, that might then encourage me to look into this activity too. The last step in this video guide will be to actually create an alert on this account. And for me specifically, I'm interested in their Solana activity, and I might track their activity of over $10,000. This address is clearly a whale, so I don't want this being too low because I want to again increase my noise to signal ratio on these alerts. I can then simply click Create Alert, and I can be notified in either Telegram, Discord, or Slack. I personally prefer to use Telegram, and if you're struggling to set up an alert, just follow these step-by-step instructions by clicking the Here button. After clicking Create Alert, you'll then be notified of any address or of this address's activity of over 10K in the future. Again, I would encourage you to find a list of these 5 to 10 addresses that are really in line with your trading style so you can become smart money yourself. Thanks for tuning in.